Welcome back to the channel, USA Coins 69, where we dive deep into the stories and secrets behind some of the most fascinating coins in the world. Today, we're shining a spotlight on a true classic of American numismatics, the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny. This humble little coin, which might seem like just everyday pocket change, actually holds a rich history and, believe it or not, the potential for incredible value. So buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why a 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny with the right mint mark and condition can be worth an astonishing amount of money. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design, crafted by Victor David Brenner, was revolutionary for its time. Not only did it feature the beloved 16th president on the obverse, but the reverse proudly displayed two stalks of wheat framing the words, 1 cent. This design was meant to symbolize prosperity and the agricultural heart of America, making the wheat penny a symbol of both national pride and everyday life for decades. The year 1953 falls near the end of this iconic wheat penny era. These coins were produced until 1958 before the design changed to the Lincoln Memorial reverse. But despite being relatively recent compared to earlier wheat pennies, the 1953 issue holds particular fascination among collectors, especially when paired with certain mint marks and pristine condition. In 1953, the U.S. Mint struck these pennies at two major facilities, Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia Mint did not use a mint mark on its coins, while the Denver Mint marked theirs with a D just below the date. These mint marks play a crucial role in determining the rarity and value of any Lincoln Wheat Penny. Most 1953 pennies you'll come across were circulated heavily. These coins show the wear and tear from decades of use, softened details, faded wheat stalks, scratches, and surface discoloration. Because pennies were everyday currency, it's incredibly rare to find one that remains uncirculated with its original mint luster fully intact. And it's this rarity that drives the collector's market. The design itself is a testament to fine craftsmanship. On the front, Lincoln's profile is detailed and dignified. The reverse wheat stalks are crisp and symbolic, wrapping around the 1 cent inscription and United States of America. The preservation of these details dramatically impacts the coin's grade and, consequently, its value. But beyond just condition and mint mark, certain 1953 wheat pennies are known for their minting errors or anomalies, which are especially prized by collectors. These can include double dies, where parts of the design appear double due to a minting misstep, or other unusual features such as die cracks or off-center strikes. Each of these quirks makes a coin unique, transforming it from common currency into a sought-after collectible. When a 1953 wheat penny emerges with such characteristics and is preserved in mint state, meaning it looks almost as if it was freshly minted and never used, it becomes a prize. Collectors and investors alike seek these coins for their historical significance, rarity, and beauty. Professional grading is crucial in this field. An expert evaluation by organizations like PCGS or NGC assigns a grade that reflects the coin's condition, which can range from poor to gem mint state. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin, with uncirculated examples commanding the highest prices. Now, you might be wondering, what is the actual market value for a 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny in exceptional condition? Well, circulated examples might fetch just a few cents or a few dollars at most. But those rare specimens that have survived in pristine condition, especially with a clear Denver D mint mark and perhaps an error, can command remarkable sums. Imagine holding a coin that's over 60 years old but looks as perfect as the day it left the mint. The vibrant copper color still gleams, and every detail, from Lincoln's hair to the wheat stalks, is sharp and distinct. This kind of coin doesn't come around often, and when it does, it draws serious attention from collectors worldwide. And here comes the big reveal: a top-grade, flawless 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny with the right mint mark and possibly an error can be worth an incredible $190,000. Yes, you heard that right, $190,000 for a single penny. It's a striking reminder that in the world of coin collecting, rarity, condition, and history combine to create astounding value, even in the smallest denominations. Today, we're delving into one of the most iconic and historically rich coins in American numismatics, the 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny. At first glance, it might seem like just another penny, but this coin holds a story that spans decades, encapsulating a pivotal moment in American currency history. If you're a collector, a history enthusiast, or just curious about hidden treasures in your pocket change, this video will open your eyes to the remarkable value and significance of the 1958 wheat penny. Stay with me, because at the end, I'll reveal just how much one of these pennies could be worth today, and it might just blow your mind. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series, which began in 1909, was introduced to honor the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design was revolutionary. It was the first American coin to feature a real person's profile, created by the talented Victor David Brenner. The obverse features a dignified Lincoln, while the reverse showcases the wheat ears, symbolizing America's agrarian roots and its promise of prosperity. This design would endure nearly 50 years, becoming a beloved emblem of everyday American life. By 1958, the wheat penny was nearing the end of its era. This was the last year the wheat penny design was produced before the Lincoln Memorial reverse replaced the wheat ears in 1959. That fact alone makes the 1958 issue a key transitional piece in any coin collection. It's not just a penny, it's a symbol marking the close of an important chapter in U.S. coinage history. The 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted at two main U.S. mint facilities, Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia Mint did not place a mint mark on its coins, while the Denver Mint coins bear a small D mint mark below the date. These mint marks are crucial to collectors and significantly influence the coin's rarity and value. While millions of these pennies were produced for everyday transactions, very few have survived the ravages of time in pristine condition. Most have been handled countless times, losing their original luster and sharp details. That's why finding a 1958 wheat penny that remains uncirculated, showing off its original reddish copper shine and crisp design, is a collector's dream. Let's talk about the details that make the 1958 penny so special. On the obverse, Lincoln's profile is finely detailed. The lines of his hair, his collar, and his facial features stand out in a beautiful, timeless design. On the reverse, the wheat stalks curve gracefully around the words, 1 cent, and United States of America, capturing a piece of America's heritage in every coin. Collectors prize coins that retain these details sharply, as they speak to a coin's history and condition. The better the preservation, the higher the coin's grade, and the greater its value. But what truly sets some 1958 pennies apart is the presence of rare varieties and minting errors. These can include double dies, where elements of the design appear double due to an error during the minting process, or die cracks, where small imperfections in the dies leave raised lines or marks on the coin's surface. Some coins might have misplaced or missing mint marks, all of which create a unique fingerprint that collectors find irresistible. Such mint errors are not just oddities, they are treasures. They transform ordinary pennies into one-of-a-kind pieces with stories to tell, stories about the production process, the human error behind perfect machinery, and the thrill of discovering something extraordinary in an everyday object. Professional grading of these coins is essential to establishing authenticity and condition. Trusted services like PCGS and NGC evaluate pennies and assign grades that reflect their preservation, from heavily circulated to flawless mint state examples. A high-grade 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny with error varieties can attract serious attention and top prices in the market. The coin market today reflects a strong demand for such rare finds. While a circulated 1958 penny might be worth only a few cents to a couple of dollars, the story changes dramatically as condition and rarity climb. Uncirculated examples with vibrant color and flawless details are exceedingly rare, especially those from the Denver Mint with mint errors or varieties. Imagine holding a coin that looks as if it just came off the mint floor, with its gleaming copper surface and sharp details preserved over 6 decades. Now imagine that coin has a rare mint error or an unusual variety that sets it apart from every other penny from that year. That is the kind of coin that commands incredible prices among collectors and investors. And here's the exciting reveal: a pristine, rare 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny, particularly with a Denver D mint mark and notable mint error, can be valued at a staggering $170,000 US. Yes, $170,000 for a single penny. This is a powerful reminder that in the numismatic world, history, rarity, and condition can turn even the smallest pieces into extraordinary treasures. Today, we're diving into a piece that's small in size but huge in significance, the 1947 Lincoln wheat penny. This coin is a remarkable relic from post-World War II America, and it carries with it a story that collectors and historians alike find absolutely captivating. If you've ever stumbled upon an old penny and wondered if it might be worth more than its face value, then stay tuned. By the end of this video, you'll learn why a 1947 Lincoln wheat penny, especially with the right mint mark and condition, could be worth a jaw-dropping amount of money. Let's start by painting the historical backdrop for this little copper marvel. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series was first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, a design that was groundbreaking because it was the first time an American president's portrait was featured on circulating coinage. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the penny's obverse features Lincoln's profile, while the reverse shows two stalks of wheat, symbolizing prosperity and America's agrarian heritage. The wheat penny design was beloved for nearly 50 years, ending in 1958, making the 1947 penny one of the mid-era examples. The year 1947 itself was a time of transformation for the United States. Coming out of the hardships of World War II just 2 years prior, America was entering a period of economic growth, social change, and technological advancement. The 1947 Lincoln wheat penny was circulating in the hands of millions of Americans during this fascinating time, making it not just a coin but a piece of history you could hold in your hand. Now, when we talk about the 1947 Lincoln wheat penny, we have to talk about the mint marks, because they are a key factor in the coin's value. Coins from this year were minted primarily at two locations: Philadelphia, which did not use a mint mark, and Denver, which used the letter D under the date. There's also a very limited number from the San Francisco Mint, marked with an S. Each of these mint marks affects the rarity and collectability of the coin. Most 1947 pennies you'll encounter in circulation have been worn down through everyday use. The soft details, scratches, and discoloration tell the story of their journey through pockets, cash registers, and coin jars. But the real treasures are the ones that have escaped this wear, preserved with the original copper-red luster intact and sharp, crisp details that bring Lincoln's visage and the wheat stalks to life. What makes the 1947 penny even more fascinating is that there are rare varieties and minting errors that can make certain coins stand out from the rest. For instance, some coins show double die features, where parts of the date or lettering appear doubled due to an error in the minting process. Others might exhibit die cracks or variations in the mint mark size and placement. These quirks are highly prized by collectors because they represent unique moments where the minting process went off script, creating coins that are one of a kind. For serious collectors, the condition of the coin is paramount. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC assess coins on a scale that reflects their preservation, from heavily worn, good grades to flawless, mint state conditions. A 1947 Lincoln wheat penny graded as mint state 65 or higher is exceptionally rare and highly coveted. But what about value? What does the market look like for these coins? Well, most circulated 1947 pennies might only fetch a few cents or dollars. However, when you combine a rare mint mark, exceptional condition, and perhaps an error or variety, the value skyrockets. Imagine holding a coin that has maintained its bright copper shine for over 70 years, with every detail sharp and every wheat stalk standing out in perfect relief. This isn't just a penny, it's a pristine snapshot of American history, and here's the moment you've been waiting for. If you're lucky enough to have a 1947 Lincoln wheat penny with the right mint mark, in top-grade condition, perhaps with a rare minting anomaly, that coin can be worth a staggering $140,000. Yes, $140,000 for a single penny. This incredible value underscores the fact that coins are not just currency, they are time capsules, artifacts, and sometimes, treasures beyond imagination. Today, we're venturing into the fascinating world of one of America's most beloved and historic coins, the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny. This small piece of copper holds a story far richer than its face value, embodying decades of history, artistry, and rarity that make it a true treasure in the numismatic community. Whether you're an avid collector or just curious about what makes certain pennies so valuable, stick around because by the end of this video, you'll discover why a 1949 Lincoln Wheat penny, especially with the right mint mark and condition, could be worth an astonishing amount of money. The Lincoln Wheat penny series, introduced in 1909, was a groundbreaking design, marking the first time an American president's likeness appeared on circulating coinage. Crafted by the talented Victor David Brenner, the coin pays tribute to Abraham Lincoln's enduring legacy. The obverse features Lincoln's dignified profile, while the reverse showcases two graceful ears of wheat, symbolizing growth, prosperity, and the nation's agricultural roots. This design endured for nearly 5 decades, and the 1949 penny is an important piece of that legacy. 1949 was a year of post-war optimism and rebuilding for the United States. America was experiencing rapid economic growth and a surge in cultural change. The pennies minted this year were carried by millions, touching hands across every corner of the nation. Each coin silently witnessed a country in transition, making the 1949 wheat penny much more than just currency. It's a tangible piece of American heritage. When discussing the 1949 Lincoln Wheat penny, the mint marks play a pivotal role in its collectability and value. Coins were produced at 3 major U.S. mint locations that year: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; and San Francisco, marked with an S. Each mint mark adds a layer of intrigue and rarity. While Philadelphia coins were minted in the highest numbers, pennies from Denver and San Francisco are often more sought after, particularly in higher grades. Now, most pennies you'll come across, including the 1949 wheat penny, have endured heavy circulation. Over decades, these coins have developed scratches, lost their original copper sheen, and become dull and worn. But the real gems are the ones that have escaped this wear, the uncirculated coins with vivid, original color and razor-sharp details that make Lincoln's profile practically leap off the coin. Collectors prize these pristine examples because they tell a story of careful preservation and rarity. A 1949 wheat penny that looks like it just rolled off the mint conveyor belt is a rare find, especially from the Denver or San Francisco mints. In addition to condition, some 1949 pennies carry fascinating minting errors and varieties that can exponentially increase their value. For example, double die errors, where the date or lettering appears doubled, or misaligned mint marks catch the eyes of collectors and historians alike. Other rarities might include die cracks or unusual planchet errors. These imperfections are prized because they are unique fingerprints of the minting process, making those pennies truly one of a kind. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC assess these coins, grading them on scale from heavily circulated to flawless mint state. These grades significantly influence the market value, and a top-graded 1949 wheat penny can command incredible prices. The coin market today is strong and vibrant, with collectors around the world chasing after rare and pristine examples of classic coins like the 1949 Lincoln Wheat penny. While a typical circulated penny from that year may only be worth a few cents or dollars, the story changes dramatically for those in superb condition or possessing rare mint marks and errors. Picture holding a coin that has preserved the rich copper color and crisp design of a bygone era, every detail sharp, every wheat stalk clearly visible, with Lincoln's dignified face in perfect relief. This is not just a coin, it's a rare artifact that has survived time and changing hands for over 70 years. And now for the grand reveal: the 1949 Lincoln Wheat penny, particularly a high-grade example from the Denver or San Francisco mint with a notable minting error or rare variety, can be worth an astonishing $193,000. That's right, $193,000 for a single penny. This staggering value highlights how history, rarity, and condition combine to create some of the most sought-after treasures in the numismatic world. So next time you find a Lincoln Wheat penny in your collection or stumble upon one in an old coin jar, take a moment to examine it carefully. It might just be more valuable than you ever imagined, a tiny piece of history worth a fortune. Thank you so much for watching and exploring the fascinating story of the 1949 Lincoln Wheat penny with me. If you enjoyed this deep dive into numismatic history, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe for more incredible coin content, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss an exciting coin discovery. Until next time, keep your eyes sharp and your collections growing, because the next priceless coin could be right under your fingertips.